So I was reading a forum thread on Doom World recently about the biggest Doom misconceptions, and there was a post that I had to pull up. Misconception: Doom is about this specific mechanic right here. No. Doom is a series about shooting demons from hell. That is all. Anything else is a serious overthink of what is otherwise a pretty simple premise. Some takes on it add depth, some takes took away depth for simplicity, some takes were board games, others were phone RPGs. Some were neo-survival horror shooters about terror, some were blitz-paced Saturday morning cartoons about uber violence. The common thread, demons from hell and a guy with a shotgun. Also teleporters. I agree with this 100%, and at its core, Doom is about demons from hell invading, and that's all there is to it. I feel like people have their own perceptions about what makes Doom work the best, and that's fair enough. I have my ideas about that too, but Doom 3 is still Doom, Doom Eternal is still Doom, etc. Speed should be a huge component of Doom to me, but I still appreciate the horror angle they applied to Doom 3 though, and I do like that game despite it not being like Doom 1 and Doom 2 at all. The new Doom games focus on arena combats, and I like that they've focused on that aspect of Doom more. Sure, I prefer the fixed enemy placement in levels from classic Doom, but that doesn't automatically make Doom Eternal a bad or invalid Doom game. That all being said, I think looking at all of the games and comparing them is cool, but think about how consistent this series has been in quality for a minute. There are no bad mainline Doom games. They have issues of course, but there are none that stick out as bad games, which is great. Let's talk about speed in Doom, a concept I alluded to earlier in the video. Doom was never really about going insanely fast, ripping and tearing your way through a level. Now that's what the new games have based their identity on, and that's good. I love Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. It's definitely not a flanderization of a franchise or anything like that. However, those are not traits that classic Doom had. Of course you can go extremely fast in Doom, you even have the ability to outrun your own rockets, and the movement speed you have to work with is fantastic, but going fast isn't your only solution within combat. In fact, during the first episode of the original Doom, you'll be popping in and out of cover to make the hit scanners fire, and then you kill them. I'm not saying that Doom is a cover-based shooter, but there's a perfect balance of moving quickly and circle strafing, and then careful gameplay. The end of TNT Evolution Map 21 is a textbook example of going crazy, circle strafing around the Cyber Demon's rockets. Map 9 of the same Megawad chucks a horde of hit-scan enemies at the player, so naturally the level is more about peeking behind cover and doing the Doom dance, for lack of a better term, by making them telegraph their attacks. Due to the lack of health pickups, you need to take things slow in TNT Evolution Map 9, and these are two completely different types of gameplay. This is classic Doom to me, and by extension, other 90s FPS games at the time. You can go fast as fuck in Duke 3D, and in some levels you need to utilize that movement. Early on though, you'll be performing the combat dance with the pig cops to ensure that they don't blast you with their hit-scan shotgun. Hit scanners are an important asset of 90s first-person shooters, and if they're used correctly, they ultimately enhance the game. If you're rushing through a level, they are your reality check. Maybe you want to be a little more cautious next time. Regardless, speed in classic Doom is a fun aspect of the game, but that one mechanic doesn't rule over everything. I think people might forget that Doom is sometimes about being slow and sniping enemies from far away. Mount Pain is the ultimate example of this. That being said, what do you think about the speed in classic Doom, and what is the ingredient you personally need to have in a Doom game? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.